Hello, everybody, and welcome to my live session. Hope all are doing good and hope you had a good Friday. Today, in my live session, I thought I will share few stories and also talk with you all. So, this story, I think most of us have heard the story as a child, but each time when I listen to the story, it brings in a lot of it talks a lot about our unity, how staying in unity can help us achieve the impossible, and how staying united is so important. So this story talks about staying united, staying together. So I thought the live session can also be a session where we can share good things, moralful stories, good songs. So once in a week or twice in a week, I'll try to go live and I'll try to share good things. So the story is titled The Hunter and the Pigeons. Once a flock of pigeons flew far away from its home in search of food. Flying for miles and miles, they were all very tired. At last, one of the pigeons saw rice scattered under a banyan tree. Come on, my friends, said the pigeon king. Let us all eat together. Together, all the pigeons landed under the banyan tree to eat the rice. As they began to eat the scattered rice, a huge net fell over them. Very sad. Mostly the hunters do that. And all the pigeons were trapped under the net. They were all caught, said the pigeon king. What should we do? The next moment, they saw a hunter coming towards them. We must do something immediately before the hunter kills us, said the pigeon king. All the pigeons were very frightened. Obviously, when the net is all on them, they will be scared. The king of the pigeon was quite intelligent, and we all need a leader who is intelligent and who can think straight when there is a problem. He kept himself cool. He said, I have an idea. We must act together. We shall all fly up carrying the net with us. Remember, we all must remain united. That is very important. When there is a crisis, we all should stay united. Each pigeon picked up the net with its beak, and together, with the help of their combined strength, they flew upwards. So they carried the net as they flew along with them. The hunter was surprised to see all the pigeons flying along with the net in the sky. He ran after them. But what can he do? He cannot fly, isn't it? So he ran after them over a long distance, but he couldn't catch them. That is the secret of remaining united. They flew high over the hills and valleys. They finally reached a hill near a city of temples. A mouse, one of the old friend of the Tao king, the pigeon king, lived there. The pigeon king said, the mouse who lives there is a good friend of mine. He will surely help us. Upon hearing the voice of the king, the mouse came out of his hole. He was shocked to see the pigeons and their king trapped in the net. He felt very sad. The pigeon king asked the rat to cut the net with its teeth, rather nibble the net and set them all free. The mouse immediately began to cut the net. As we all know, mouse can nibble the net and it can break open the net within few minutes. And the mouse immediately began to nibble the net with its sharp teeth. In a short span of time, all the pigeons were set free one by one. They were all very happy to be free. They thanked the Mouse King for saving their life and they flew back to their homes together. The moral of the story is if we are all united, no one can harm us. Isn't this a wonderful story? I think it is so much required in the present times because one thing that is lacking in all of them is during the crisis, we try to just run away. We we don't want to stand united. But like this story teaches us, when we have a crisis, let's all stay united. Let's stay together. That way, we can overcome any problem, any danger. So I thought I'll sing a song, and that is आने वाला पल जाने वाला है आने वाला पल जाने वाला है हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो पल जो ये जाने वाला है ओ आने वाला पल जाने वाला है हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो पल जो ये जाने वाला है I will share something that I read, and that was uh, I was reading a famous writer's story. He had shared one of his stories, and it was titled as Invisible Fences. So, this story is about a pet training center. The writer was traveling to a place, and the board, the pet training center, caught his attention. So, he thought he should wait and see what's happening there. So, he came out of his car and he stood out and he looked at the way the pets were trained. The dogs were so well, they were listening to the masters, they were trained so beautifully. And he noticed one thing, and that was there was a point, and only to that point, the dogs were running, they were playing, they were getting trained. None of the dogs crossed the border, and there was no fence, nothing was there. But the dogs refused. They refused to come out of that place. Everything happened the distance of that, within that distance. They never crossed over. So he was very curious. And it so happened that after the training session was over, the writer went and asked the pet trainer, why is that the dogs never came beyond that point? What happened? What is the secret? Why is that they played within the limits and they never crossed over? To which the pet trainer replied, I have built a invisible fence on their mind. And that is the reason, even when there is no fence, the invisible fence is binding them to be within that limit. They are not allowed to go beyond that. And he was curious how can a fence which was not built, how can that limit the pets, the dogs? So the training was in such a way that the dogs were, they built that invisible fence on the mind of the dogs. So the writer was sharing the same experience. He was telling that we human beings, we have all built the same invisible fences on our mind. And we don't want to go beyond the invisible fence which is built by us. It's not built by anyone, it is built by us. We have limited our potential. We have limited our potential. We have created that invisible fence on our mind. We don't want to go beyond that. And we have so much of potential. There's no one like us. We are unique. We, if somebody tries to copy us, it's just that they are a they are a copied version of ourselves. They are not the original. Every one of us are unique, and we've got unique talent, unique potential, and we have so much of capability, inbuilt capability. But we have limited ourselves by building the invisible fences on our mind, and we don't want to go beyond that. We feel that, oh my God, I cannot do this because I have this problem. I cannot cross over. I want to do this, but this but factor is the invisible fence that we have built on on us, on our brains. So if we can break the shackle of this, the walls of this invisible fence, then we have so much of potential within all of us that we can do things beyond our capability. That's how the great people they have they have achieved whatever they have achieved because they have fought very hard to break the invisible fence which is on their mind. And they have achieved what looked impossible for all of us. So this is what I thought I should share what I've read. It's a beautiful thought that I read. I thought, let's try breaking. I should, even I've got a lot of invisible fence which I have built. I'll also try to break them and try to do much more than what I can do right now. So I thought I'll share one more short story and a song, and then I'll end the live session, and then we'll meet the next time. So the short story that I'm going to read now is called The Musical Donkey. Once upon a time, a washerman had a donkey who was old and very weak. During the day, he had to carry heavy loads of clothes. He had to carry heavy loads of clothes. He was not fed properly by his master. That's really sad. So he used to go to the fields nearby at the night time and eat up the crops. Poor thing. It was hungry, so it's understandable. Once he met a jackal, a, a jackal. Once he met a jackal, or you can say fox, and they became very good friends. Together, they used to go about in search of food. One night, they found a field full of ripe cucumbers. Lovely. They ate as much as they could and decided to go there daily to eat cucumbers. Soon, the donkey became fat and healthy. One night, after having after having dinner, the donkey felt very happy. He said to the fox, "Look, dear, the moon is shining in the sky. The night is pleasant, and I feel like singing." Imagine if the donkey sings, then the whole town will be awake. But he wanted to sing. The fox said to him, "Don't be a fool. If you sing, The farmer sleeping nearby will wake up and beat us up. But the donkey was in a mood to listen to, was not in a mood to listen to the fox. The fox is always very intelligent. But the donkey, it's a little dumb. So he didn't want to listen to the fox. You have no taste for music. Come, come, what me? I will sing, said the donkey. The fox, the fox again warned him. It'll be good if you don't sing. Your voice is also not very sweet. But the donkey thought that the fox was jealous of him. He said, do you think I cannot sing sweetly? Now listen to me. He lifted his head to sing. Upon seeing the donkey sing, the fox said to him, friend, you can sing as much as you like, but I shall wait for you outside. And he ran out of the field. On hearing a donkey bray in the field, farmers woke up and they rushed there with sticks in their hands. The donkey was busy in singing happily without noticing the farmers and without noticing that he was in danger. The angry farmers caught hold of the donkey and bet him, hit him, bet him mercilessly. He fell down crying with pain. The farmers tied him with the help of a rope and left. They decided to come back in the morning. Somehow the donkey managed to drag himself out of the field and reached where the fox was waiting for him. The donkey realized his mistake and felt sorry for not listening to the intelligent advice of the fox. Moral of the story is at times it is better to listen to the advice of a friend. And if you know that you're wrong, it's always better to listen to an intelligent friend. Friends, next week I will read one of my stories. I've written about I've written quite a number of stories. I thought I will read out a story of mine and hope you will like it. So, no, I thought I'll print my stories and make it a book. But then I thought I've got a platform, so I should avail the opportunity and I should also read some stories of mine. So, next week, let me see, I'll try to read a story of mine. So, before going, I thought I'll sing a nice song. It's one of my favorite songs. Um, ये जिंदगी उसी की है जो किसी का हो गया प्यार ही में खो गया ये जिंदगी उसी की है I thought, this is a nice song of Lataji. Should I sing more or should I just stop? Hmm. ये जहाँ ये समा कह रहा है प्यार कर किसी की राह किसी की मुस्कुराहट अपने दिल को बेकरार कर ये समा मस्तियों में डूब जा ये जिंदगी उसी की है जो किसी का हो गया प्यार ही में खो गया ये जिंदगी उसी की है let me try to take the lyrics तड़प रहा है धड़क रहा है दिल तो क्या दिल की धड़कने नहीं धड़क रहा है दिल तो क्या दिल की धड़कने नहीं, फिर कहाँ ये फुर्सतें, फिर कहाँ ये रात दिन, जिंदगी है बेवफा, जिंदगी है बेवफा, लूट प्यार का मजा, ये जिंदगी उसी की है जो किसी का हो गया, प्यार ही में खो गया, ये जिंदगी उसी की है. So, sorry, I forgot the lyrics. I should actually take the lyrics and then sing. So, with this song, let me say bye bye, good night, and let's meet the next time with a story of mine. I'll try to come on. Let me see when I find time in the evenings. I'll try to sit for half an hour or the day I'm free. So, until we meet next, bye bye. See you, friends, and take care. And always stay positive, rise and shine. Bye bye.